got a few people on my list. I'm really excited about my feature tonight. The lights are doing a live stream. No, not at all. I love it. I'm just here in the room with you. Isn't that wonderful? Who said why? Oh, why? Why? I love that. So I'm gonna be back in 30 seconds. I promise. All right, guys. In case I didn't already introduce myself, my name is Somebody's Mama. I'm your host for tonight. Um, Way to establish a relationship. We will be live streaming, but just the first part of this, our beautiful feature, and then after that, we will cut the live stream, and my microphone will then again be a safe space. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting 10, 9, 8, 7. And welcome to Wow, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hot girl summer. It's a hot poetry summer. Thank you for coming. I have a beautiful feature tonight. Hello to all my, I don't know where my camera is. Hello to all my people online. Tonight we have a beautiful feature, and I'm gonna set some rules, do a poem, and bring her up. Yeah? Cool, 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 cool. To thank the space, we are at Loisaida Center. This is a Nuyorican event. Yes, right. Give it up for Loisaida. At the current moment, the Nuyo is under reconstruction, and so community has helped us and held us here in this space. And so I want to give it up again for Loisaida. All right, cool. Some rules. No graffiti, because we are, borrowing the space. Yeah, no graffiti. I hate to break it to you. Keep your hip hop to a minimum of 4 elements here. Okay, cool. And, wait between performers. I'm gonna let you know how the performers go, but please, if there's a performer on the mic, just wait, go to like a bathroom or grab some water or make a phone call because it's rude and it's hard for people to come up here and be vulnerable. Yes? I hear it. Silence your devices now. I'm gonna do this with you because I happen to always be ringing. Oh, hey, welcome back. Okay, no throwing items onto the stage. This is a very important important rule. I do not like this rule as I am a fan of roses and panties and bras. However, please, yeah, telling you, no throwing. I don't know what happened. At what event I wasn't at, but something happened. Don't throw anything, okay? Cool. All right. And if you need a bathroom, you're just gonna use the exit that you utilize to get in here. You're gonna make a right by that water. You're gonna see a restroom for you. Yeah? Cool. Let's see. Open mic rules. Each performer gets 3 to 5 minutes for their performance based on the length of the sign-up list. Yeah? If the performer wants, well, we don't live stream anymore. We don't read those rules. Please don't move the mic stands. I will adjust it for you. I'm gonna call you on deck and who's next. And then no censorship, no hate speech, no nudity. Try not to yell in my microphone as Paul is. No nudity. No nudity. I love nipples, but please, not hair. Paul is on sound for me, and we don't want to scream in his ear. I love Paul. Paul is amazing. Give it up for Paul. All right, cool. I think I got through all the boring stuff. Oh, wait. Where's my light on the side? There we go. So each performer has 3 to 5 minutes. We don't have a long list, so I'm not gonna be pushy, but there is a light. And when you see this light, that means you're approaching 6 minutes and it's time to wrap it up. Cool? Cool. All right, that's all of my rules. I am going to read a piece, and then I'm gonna introduce you to our phenomenal feature, okay? Can we say new shit? I guess. It's called Womanhood is a Dirty Job. Before I was cold enough to milkshake a yard full of boys drowning in their own drool, I was a wound, a scraped knee arguing my way out of a dress, my mama's only girl and the oldest of 4. I've always been one of the boys, until I was a shorty. Until like hounds they could smell my coming of age, and like beasts their mouths grew heavy with hunger. Before I was a storm, I was a river, red and running silent like rum in the bottom of my father's glass. I've never seen myself outside the shadow of a man. I come from a womb, but glory be to the biggest dickhead on the block. It's a man's world, and I'm just a fucking milkshake. I'm just a small thought, and I wonder now, in my big old age, if I'm allowed to be more than the dirty work. I wonder if now I could unlearn how to sweep, mop dust, how you cook, clean, coddle, how you cure and create, how you curl, comb, cut, how you suck it up and out, how to swallow where some only spit. I want to be more Lilith than lullaby, more lash out than lithium. I want to refuse to be peace for men who only see me in the peripheral views of their pride. I don't want a laundry list. I stopped giving out the sloppy top and started savoring the slow whisper of a rose over baths I drew for myself. I am no longer Cinderella, it's midnight, and the clock has struck me a madness, not a milkshake, but a mess, and it's everything my mother didn't dare to dream. Womanhood is a dirty job, but I refuse to clean. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, cool. So, I am going to get in. My beautiful feature tonight is Leah V. Just really quick, ever since I've come back out, right? So, like, I took a really long hiatus, but ever since I've come back out, I have seen Leah everywhere. Leah shows up in my timeline before I ever meet her. I do like an event at NJ Pack. Leah on stage. Leah is always somewhere doing something amazing, and it is an honor for me to have you here tonight, wherever you are. I can't see not one thing. Hello. It's so wonderful to have you here, and we don't spend enough time together, but I know how talented you are, so this is a sweet treat. I'm gonna read your bio, but I just wanted to say thank you. Leah V is a Bronx-born Puerto Rican poet, performer, curator, officiant, and creative producer based in New York City, known for her intricate wordplay, disciplined memorization, and subtle literary references. Her work moves across a wide range of subjects and performance styles. For more than 7 years, she has curated and performed shows at the Triad Theater, creating space for both emerging and established artists. Her one-woman poetry play, The Long Way Home, premiered there, and it was sold out. Leah has also performed with Poetry Me Please to a sold-out show at the Apollo Theater. Her work is deeply collaborative and often brings together poetry, music, and movement. In addition to performing, she works as a poetry coach, a workshop facilitator, a curator, and get this, girl, it's nothing a girl from the Bronx can't do, and a wedding officiant. Listen, she's beautiful, her pen is magnificent, and she's a girl from the Bronx. She's out here to get my heart. Give it up for Leah V.
Tiny friends. Hello. How we doing? How we doing? Okay. So in case it was too bright, in case I got a little emotional. What color was your day today? Can anybody shout it out? Gray. Why gray? Murky brown and gray? I'm sorry. Teal? That's happy. Anybody else? Purple. Okay. What made it purple? Orange? Orange made it purple. Period. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I was just very curious. I'm going to do 4 poems for you today. We're going to do a little bit of a experimentation. Okay, so we're going on an emotional roller coaster, okay? We're going to do, it's not that much of an emotional roller coaster. We're going to do some flex shit. We're going to do some sad shit, right? Flex, sad, flex. Got it? Yes. It's a happy time? We're all happy with the happy time? Okay. Yeah. Okay. My name is Leah V in the place to be. And tonight that place veers over vast dictionaries. You ask me, Leah, for what does the V mean? Well, the V stands vertical, as I stand tall in my vocation. The V stands for volume up in all the poet places, oversaturated spaces feeling like no flowers and a whole lot of vases. But my V heals like violin. Strings snap because sometimes my V means violence. V as in voluptuous, victorious, notoriously girl-centric. My values stay full, my V be so feminist. Screams free 'em all, beliefs vital like a ventricle. V as in voracious, defined as zero lies told. My V stands spacious, a vast and versatile soul. My V be vindictive, but textured all velvety too. I don't pen vapid virtue, I spit some sexy ass truth. My ink is embroidered in each aspect of rain, not to mention intention. I'm New York scene's main vein. I'm bubbly, I'm vibrant, I'm a visceral muse. My vindication thins envy all the way through. I'm each and I'm every visionary's honey-proof juice. I'm a well-kept intellect, a whole venturing goof. V for vascular vigil, my voice vault is verified fruit. Vibration, sensation, a vortex of context and clues. I'm community vertebrae, I make this whole city move. Stay forever vivacious, the V stands for that too. Each fit sits like gold vogue. Face scarred be the source of all swoon. My V makes moist of all noise. I play with verse like play toys. I son salty ass boys, not with vengeance, but choice. Vehicular manslaughter, collecting victims and mics. I bloom under doom's moon when I poet each night. I enter events and I switch from mid to volcanic. I switch from mid to volcanic. I'm everyone's favorite. I'm a weak features mechanic, body botanic and soul straight vulnerable. My aura is violent and I'm all kinds of memorable. I'm valid and vivid. I be refused and acquitted. Shit, I did it again. This poem's like 15 full minutes. Can't help but be long. Every stanza's long-winded. The truth of me and my V is simple. It is this. I am made of my ancestors. But I've grown vixen as vessel on the concrete below while I glow of celestial, a vestibule edible, a vocal leg spectacle. That's at Leah V speaks, and the V is for bicentennial, which states that every 20 years I dance in evolutions of vesperal. My vernacular is vivid, my V be sitting so pretty, viable and vital. Each verse is an incision. I manifested, now I be the epitome of vision. The V is what was written, the V is no rendition. Simple statement. What I'm saying is this V keeps them all smitten. So, what is it that I stand for? V, not vanilla, rather sprinkled red cherry. I mean the V means all, I mean the V means very. No final punctuation at the end of that sentence. I'm endless. I end this with my V as variation. My violin strings sing with each pull of my vocation. My name is Leah V. I speak, and my only antonym is vacant. A little tongue twister here. That was my fake rap poem. So, Anonymous. Who said that? Who was that? Anonymous member is my rap name. Or it was in high school, and I used to say anonymous member because they don't know me. Okay, so comedy's not my strong suit, all right? We got rap, we got poetry, that's enough. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll work on the ad-libs. We'll work on it. Okay, so there we go. Now, toxic relationship shit. Okay. I'd also like to state that I'm very proud of the set because I have like 2 or 3 like 3-minute poems. Do you guys hear that? 3 minutes. Thank you. I'm very proud, very proud. Okay, so this is called To the Tailor. But must I seem scattered for you to tend to me? Seems ripped, unsteady for you to take this heed? Unformed for you to flee street scenes, to beat these demons tenderly? To medicinal me? Crumbled along floors for you to weave me through? Blackened saltwater streams for a mere taste of you? Threaten a fuse for a mere glimpse of use? And metal ultimatums just to avoid the shit. I'm better when busted, baby. More desirable when destructive faintly. Unfairness in forms of tantrums and storms of self-loathing and tainted additive norms. Sad little songs, lacking count. And will you lay under me with blood on the towel? Settle me down as though your mattress a horse. Palms full of curls when the texture runs coarse. When the vocal coating is morse with no admittable source. When porcelain roars and knuckle bones soar. And when I soar through you, my psyche black and blue, my constant using no longer hidden nor new, where my truth isn't snaps, but wrists under wraps, no makeup, no product, just a body of slack. Tell me, is my destruction desirable then? Your savior complex so seductive when I can't manage, I'm mangled, fall fucking back yet again. I stumble, I'm tangled, I can't verbalize shit. So sexy, so sinful, so stained and so sick. I know then, goddamn, I'm finally your pick. And if I gather my pieces, crawl on all fours, don't look up at you, but rather look at the door, collect all my stutters and think, well, maybe more. Band-aid my being, rid myself of decor, sober my truth, wave white flag, call my own truce. If I decide to deplore, tell me, will you cradle me then? And what will you weave when there's no more me left to mend? Woo. Thank you. See, the emotional roller coaster is a happy time, right? Because we're going to go down, but we know we're going to go back up at some point, but not right now. I am feeling in my body that this poem is going to hit for me today. So just please allow me the emotional grace, if you will. This is a piece called O2. Let's talk about components. Let's talk about elements of this earth we encompass. Let's talk about universal understanding and universal truth and universal loss. Let's talk about breath. Let's exhale the truth. It's 2020 June, amid the epicenter of a failed state's bloom. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the space needed between breaths in order to receive the oxygen necessary to explain ourselves. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the short breaths my father took while we naively thought he'd be able to survive the swallow that is COVID at the crib. Let's talk about the vent. Let's talk about the tubes placed down his throat. No. Let's talk about the give me 1 second. All right, give me a fake running back to the top of the verse. Okay, you guys, I got it. Okay, well, okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's talk about the short breaths my father took when I all that is COVID at the crib. Let's talk about the vent. Let's talk about the tubes placed down his throat. No. Let's talk about the breath he took 4 weeks prior to him being hooked onto an electronic source of the element that surrounds us. Let's talk about how just 4 weeks prior, he inhaled, laughed, and called me his little girl. Let's talk about how before he entered the ambulance, never to be heard from me again, he said, I love you. And I took that breath and I held it in from too far away. Let's talk about how I could not be near his breath before he left. I could not hear his breath before he left. I wouldn't wish this distant death upon my arch nemesis. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the odor that exited the mouth of 45 as he spat his breath. Let's talk about his lack of breath and his lack of sense and the statistics that say, had he taken that breath 4 weeks prior to lockdown and announced lockdown when other countries proved we needed PPE and a fucking lockdown. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the thousands of bodies that would still breathe today had he taken that breath and for once in his life chose to use it for the good of humanity. Let's talk about breath, not about politics, but shit, it's one and the same in this day and age. I mean, my father was a father. He changed my world, so he changed the world. George Floyd was a father. He was Gianna's father. He changed her world, so he changed the world, and his breath was taken too. So let's talk about breath. No. Let's talk about suffocation. Because the ICU doctor told us that COVID attacks my father's every organ, thus orchestrating suffocation. Let's talk about suffocation. Let's talk about a knee on the neck causing suffocation. Let's talk about chemicals and canisters causing suffocation. Let's talk about pasty-ass Confederate people protesting pandemic breath without masks, misinformation at impasse. And let's talk about the nurses who took breath through their masks and tears. Let's talk about how I have to believe they did everything they could to keep my father from dying alone, to keep his big brown body from eventually choking on its own entity. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about universal laws. Let's talk about watching your mother make call after call to handle the logistics of death and its ties to the government when she should only have space for her own breath. And let's talk about Big Floyd's family having to handle those calls times a million because our system creates the necessity that is broadcasting brutal homicidal deaths. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about universal laws. My father was many things, including an advocate, an activist, and he lived a life of service. He wanted more from this world. He demanded more for this world, and his breath was taken before its time. Now the what-ifs could eat up all of my oxygen, but I'm breathing through to this stage of acceptance, and my inhales are reserved for that energy alone. I need to find my peace. But how can oxygen allow peace when fathers continue to be taken? How can oxygen allow peace when batons are beaten against bodies demanding more from this world? How can oxygen allow peace when Gianna didn't get to say goodbye? How can oxygen allow peace when I didn't get to say goodbye? How can oxygen allow peace when 60,000 detained families haven't gotten to say goodbye? How can oxygen allow peace while 45's army of blues and suits alongside incompetence may have caused the death of my father, the death of Gianna's father, the death of countless fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters, and goddamn in through the nose, out through the mouth, breathing American people. So let's not talk about breath. Let's just listen to the movement instead. Thank you, thank you. I think when you're a curator, producer, artist, all in one, sometimes you forget which hat to put on. Does that happen to you? Does that happen to you? Yeah, you know? So like, I feel that I've been working really, really diligently on putting on the right hat. Not that I'm producing this, by the way. But I meant like, being fully in your body. And with that work, man, I'm tapping into all them emotions in that poem. And it's like, I forgot, you know? You know when you get so used to just saying the words? And then you have to remember the why? It's a beautiful thing. It's a release. Thank you for giving me the space and grace. I'm going to bring it back uptown now. Pun intended. Okay. I'm not sure about the title for this yet. I think I kind of like You Wasn't With Me shooting in the margins. But you guys give me your suggestions later, okay? I'm actually doing this because I read it from my journal. It was a journal entry. Last time I was here, I think it was for Jasmine's feature. Or yes, I think one of those. Okay. I am not holier than thou. I only aim to be holier than that of my own sin. You see, nothing baptizes being like ice cold rock bottom melting under the flat of face skin planted as we await to be saved. Only to ache into pity at home. And hypocrisy just might blubber out the mouths of some of the greatest mistakes we've ever known. A continuous vomiting, the irony. We plunder through obstacle courses, avoiding the underlying. No one is who we want them to be. No one is who they claim. No one named as myself and you with your blame game. Chosen and choosy and how and who we open our palms to. Everybody's drowning, but I'm supposed to stay selective in whose awning I belong under. Who's deserving of all dawn? I guess it was me who got it all wrong. I didn't allow a limit of 3 minutes and single-digit scriptures written sitting upon plastic thrones to dictate my place in poetry and its free expression definition. I didn't preach protest beyond reference. I didn't vomit global trauma. I lost the only calmness I'll ever sonnet to a vicious virus, to a ventilator down throat in an overcrowded hospital alone. So no, I won't take your trajectory or your bullshit. I cursive lightness, rehearse rhymes without righteous, eat internal multi-syllable bitings that glide into sightings of what I pray beckons brightness to redeem myself, to weep through word. 2 roads diverged in a wood and I became bird. I said, fuck these lanes. I formed web. I climbed tree frames. I sought the sky as opposed to what society and screen said must lie ahead. Time is a construct. So I made a universe of the train instead. Discernment bled onto me as endless lessons. Never again will I lean on broken benches when trenches have always statistically lied beside them. Common denominator does not fib. Can't you see this sand dripping off me? These torrential waves weaved as I reach down onto the coast. I'm right here before you, shaking off frigid soak, clawing off a self-made chokehold. Never again will I sink. But neither will I swim. I won't write what you wish. I swallow abyss. It's longitude Leah at V:30 p.m. I promise to be everywhere you look and nowhere to be found. To be one with the wind, the sound of whipped cream revenge. I don't slam, I seep, I air and I feed. I serve those who serve me and I swerve with sprained limbs. I climbed the tree. I made the wind. I don't sink, I don't swim. Can't you hear my silence? You just need to listen. Shh. Be quiet. I just need to listen. Ooh. Man, I gotta turn that because, I'm only ever graceful on stage, so I'll be tripping all the time. People think I wear heels because I'm a bougie bitch, but it's really just because I'm a trip regardless. I did want to say that the long way home continues. The train is perpetual. The long way home is my not so one-woman show. And we are opening the submission process, so I want to try things a little differently instead of curating the lineup and just seeing if there are any bites. Come talk to me. Follow me at Leah V Speaks, Leahv Speaks, and get on the train. But not the actual train if you don't want to take that later, but just get home safe. Thank you all. Good night.
Dang, Leah, you tall? She is so tall. Paul, are you back there in the sound room? There you go. All right, I'm saying goodbye to my people at home on the live stream. Make sure that if you want to see the rest of the talent here, that you come on by in person, all right? Everybody say goodbye to the live stream. Bye. Oh, awesome.